All right, well, this is a part 2 update for October the 2nd, 2015. We're watching the Gulf of Mexico here, and this is Hurricane Joaquin right here. And I wanted to do this part 2 update because there are some pretty good blast patterns visible here on the western side of this storm. We're seeing a lot of ribbing right through here, and the core is being blown apart. We can see that happening right here. Just before we see all this ribbing along this one edge here, we see the core color diminish from a red to a yellow color. So it's gone from a very intense red storm in the core down to yellow, and then it rebuilds. That's what happens after they hit it. The storm will rebuild unless they keep continuous power on it. But they're not going to do that. They want to kill this storm gradually. So they're going to be very careful about how they do that so that they don't draw too much attention to what they're doing. Let's look at this in the water vapor mode, and we can see some additional detail here. What we can see in this view is that there's a very there's a high velocity shock wave moving out from the core of this storm. The center of the core is right around where the pen tip is, and it is hit with a microwave blast, coherent microwave. And that creates such rapid expansion of temperature in the core that the water vapor expands very rapidly, and we have this shock wave that moves out radially about the center of the storm. Okay, and we see the entire core undulate when that occurs. There's a lot of violent interaction when that takes place. We have a high-speed, high-velocity shock wave moving out to the north west there. We can see that happening. And then there's some disorganization in the core. We see the color change from a magenta, a dark color, a magenta, pink color, and then it starts to diminish into amber and aqua green colors after it's hit. And then we see the ribbing and the shock waves. So that's basically the order of how that's happening. Let's take a look at this in the visible light mode. And we can see that shock wave leaving the core right there. That shows up on the water vapor loop pretty good, and on the visible light mode. Okay, so now after that blast takes place, there's quite a bit of evaporation here, and we see a lot of black through the core. Okay, so this storm is being killed overnight. They do a lot of this work when people are sleeping, and then they get up the next morning and everything is a little bit different. So um, anyhow, we wanted to just catch this detail and post it as a matter of record to show the capabilities of these transmitter operators. They are able to do a lot of different things. This HARP transmitter is still parked, and keeping an eye on that. All right, that's preventing any westbound movement of the storm. The high pressure sitting right to the northeast of this storm is preventing any northbound movement, and so that storm will remain parked until that disturbance to the immediate east is taken care of. All right, so that's it. That's the update, and we'll do another one tomorrow.